Yeah! For those of you who don't know, 6th Gen Farmer just hit 10,000 subscribers, which is way beyond I ever thought it would reach. I remember, so I'm gonna go back to the whole story. So I started 6th Gen Farmer. Actually, when I started it was called Farm Country Livin'. Okay, the most generic farm boy farming YouTube channel you could possibly think of. And all I did was like 3 times a year, I would post a drone video, right? It all started when I bought my cousin's old used drone. I made my first video, I think it was like planting 2018. Okay, and then I was like, oh, this is awesome. I could use a drone for so many other things. So I went out and my dad and I together bought a newer drone that I still use to this day. And I made my Harvest 2018 video, and I made like a year review 2018 video. And I did that for 2018, 2019. Okay, somewhere in there, for some reason, way after I posted it, my Harvest 2018 video took off. Okay, I think it's at like almost 140,000 views at the moment. And that got me my first 1,000 subscribers. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I was like, this is kind of cool. I kind of have something here. But the problem is that I can only post so many times a year, and I would like to do more. I'm gonna start vlogging. I remember I set a goal for myself. It wasn't even a year ago. It was like a week before we started planning last year. And yeah, I just set a goal for myself. I'm like, yeah, it'd be so cool to hit 10,000 subscribers. And here we are. Thank you guys so much. Whether you're subscribed or not, just watching the videos, liking, commenting, everything you guys do supports me so much, and I really appreciate it. And to show that appreciation, I am giving away this. Woo. Well, there we go. For those of you who don't know what this is a Eon, I don't know how it's pronounced, job rocker. Okay, probably one of the coolest Bluetooth speakers for a job site, basically. So first of all, as you can see, it's pretty big. Here it is compared to my head. What does it say? 50-watt speaker. Okay, these things get loud. They sound fantastic. They have aux, Bluetooth, USB, and then in the back, you can plug them in the wall to charge them, obviously, and then you get power outlets in the back. You can charge your phone, and it's fantastic. Obviously, it has radio. My brother has one of these. My buddy has one of these. I've always wanted one, and I still really want one, and I'm very jealous of whoever wins this, because I'm too cheap to buy myself one. Well, this thing's pretty sweet, but it's missing one thing. There we go. Now it's official. I will get into the Q&A very shortly, but first I need to tell you guys how to win this thing. Okay, go to my Instagram at 6th Gen Farmer. Pretty simple. Like this picture and then comment and tag 3 of your friends, and that will get you 1 entry. Everyone gets 1 entry. You will get until, I gotta figure out a date. Let's make it April 11th, 2021, which is 2 weeks from the release date of this video. Go over to my Instagram page. Like I said, like, comment, and tag 3 of your friends, and I will pick the winner. US only, lower 48. Sorry, it costs too much to ship it other places. So, in the United States, lower 48. Good luck. Okay, to the questions. I have been reading some of them as they come in. You guys are asking great questions. I still don't know how to answer a couple of them, but let's just start from the bottom. What is your favorite tractor? There's a couple different categories that I could put this into. You know, tractors that we own or tractors that I've driven. Tractors that I've driven, hands down, the 8RX we got a demo this past fall. Still want to thank Casey Nielsen for giving that to us for the day. That was awesome. It was the smoothest riding tractor. It had great power. Overall, just a fun tractor to drive. In the tractors that we own, my favorite tractor would probably be the 8320R. And the reason for that is because we got it brand new right when the R Series came out, and I thought it was the coolest tractor. I thought we were the coolest farmers in the area. And I've driven that tractor a lot. When we first got it, we actually moldboard plowed with it. And my brother and I moldboard plowed for a fall. Did all of our corn acres. That was fun. Tons of grain cart. It was on the planter. I've driven that tractor a lot, and I still love it as much as I did on day one. What are you studying on college? I'm assuming you meant at college. For those of you who don't know, I go to, South Dakota State University, and I am majoring in Agricultural Systems Technology, referred to as AST. I am going to be minoring in Precision Ag and Informatics. So, the reason I love the AST program at South Dakota State University is because it can be tailored to what you want to be. So, most majors and most colleges, you go to, they give you a list. Here's all the classes you need to complete in 4 years. Here's the order you need to do them in. Here you go. Good luck. What's so cool about the AST program is, obviously there's some prereqs, some generals you need to take, like there is with every course. But you can emphasize in whatever you want to do. If you want to go into a beef farm, beef operation, ethanol plant, dairy operation, corn farmer, if you want to be on the technology side of things, you can do anything with it, and you can tailor it to what you want to do, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. If you're young, in high school, younger, older, I don't care, and you want to do something like that, I highly suggest going and taking a tour at South Dakota State University. They have some really cool stuff going on over there. Where do you see the farm in 10 years? That is a really, really hard question to answer. For a couple different reasons. The first reason being, we don't know what farming is going to look like in 10 years. And we don't know what, for example, government regulations are going to be. And that's part of the reason we're trying really hard in the organic, is because we want to be able to have a system already in motion in case there are government regulations that force us to change the way we farm as you know it. So I guess that's about as in depth as I'm going to go in with that. I'm sorry, I don't know. What ski do you ride and what boat do you ski behind? Congrats from everyone up here in Alberta on a large cereal crop farm. Well, thank you. Yeah, so I'm assuming you're talking about slalom skiing because of the boat. Yeah, so nothing fancy. I ride a Radar Theory ski. We also have a Radar Butter Knife ski. Funny story, my brother bought the Radar Theory, I bought the Radar Butter Knife, and we ended up liking each other's skis better than our own, so we basically just switched. Yeah, so that's what I ride. I think I ride at like 26 to 28 miles per hour if I remember correctly. And our boat is a Sea Ray SPX 190, which isn't ideal for slalom skiing because the wake is pretty big, so you can't do super fast like slalom courses or anything. But I really enjoy it. I love getting up in the morning and doing that, or going late at night when the lake is like glass. Oh, it's so much fun. Next question. Have you ever barefooted? And what is your favorite boat brand? No, I have not barefooted. I would love to try. We just don't really have the materials to be able to do so, or equipment. My mom texted me again. But yeah, no, I've never barefooted. Would love to try sometime. And as far as my favorite boat brand, all I've ever been on are Sea Rays, and they're fine. But for skiing and stuff, actual ski boat would be pretty cool. One, with ballast and stuff. So I guess I really don't have a favorite boat brand. Why did you choose to go to college out of state? Yeah, so I kind of already answered that question in talking about why I like the program so much. The other big reason is when I went to South Dakota State University, when I toured it, I got the small town feel, right? All the kids I was talking to on campus on the tour knew the professors knew the kids, all the kids knew each other. When people were walking down the hallway, they saying hi to each other, and I was like, this feels like a small community. Everyone knows each other. Everyone's helping each other. It's a great community. So that's another big reason I went to SDSU. What is your favorite farming season? Spring planting, 100%. It's getting warm, you're in your t-shirts. It's kind of relaxing, not really. But I love putting the seed in the ground, and I love watching it come up, in a few weeks. It's just the greatest feeling in the world knowing that you did that. Last year, I actually planted my first entire farm, 100% by myself, and driving by that every day during the summer. Oh, that was fantastic. I did a lot of planting last summer, but most of the time I wasn't doing an entire farm by myself. So that was pretty cool. Carson, how long will it take you to finish your studying? Yeah, so I'm actually not 100% sure. Thank you for reminding me when I get home tonight. I should probably look that up. It's either a year after this semester or a year and a half. So either 2 semesters or 3 semesters after this semester. I don't remember. I got to go through and look at my credits and see how much more I have to take. And are you planning on working on your father's farm or starting something yourself? So actually, something that a lot of people don't know, because I haven't really shared it on the YouTube channel, is there's actually 8 active partners on the farm. It's not just my dad and my brother. There's me, my brother, my dad, my uncle, my cousin-in-law, my cousin-in-law's brother, my grandpa, and my grandma. And I think 5 of us are full-time, if you count me as full-time. I'm not here very often because of school, but there's 5 of us full-time. The other ones help mid-season, like fall, spring. I guess my grandma doesn't really help with much machinery, but yeah. And then we have 1 full-time employee and 2 or 3 part-time. I hope I get that right. Yeah. And as far as, am I gonna come back or start something myself? Well, I'm not gonna start farming myself. It's nearly impossible to start from scratch nowadays, farming, because equipment and land, it's so expensive. It's extremely hard to start. But as far as, am I gonna start something else or come back? I'm not for sure yet. I would love to get at least a few years of off-farm experience. And if I find a job I absolutely love, I'll probably stick at it. But in a dream world, I would have a job, that I work on during the day, and then I farm off to the side. I might come back full time. I'm not 100% sure yet. If the YouTube goes really well, I would love to come back full time. That'd be fantastic. Favorite piece of equipment, favorite thing to run? That's a tough one. I did a video a while back. It was back before I started making good videos. They were pretty crappy at the time. It was, I have a little Ford 1720 that my grandpa gave me in a 4-row planter. That's probably my favorite thing to do. Okay, I love going to replanting holes, replanting wet spots or spots that the planter had to lift up for some reason. Love doing that. I've been doing that for many years. But my favorite, big thing to do on the farm, no, that's not just replanting holes, would have to be the high boys, riding those high boys. And it's not because they're comfortable or it's not because you can relax in them. Not at all. They're the sketchiest things to drive ever. But it keeps you on your toes. You're always focused. You're always paying attention. I absolutely love that. And they're goofy. Yeah. So that would probably be my favorite piece of equipment and favorite thing to run. Would you do a farm exchange and work in another country farming for a year? And if so, what country would you like to explore? Wow, I've never thought of that before. If I had a chance to do a farm work exchange, would I do it? It would be hard. It would be hard, but I'd like to say yes. And as far as where would I like to go, gosh, I'm gonna be honest, I am not familiar with foreign farming at all. Like at all. I guess UK would be kind of cool. See how they do it over there, but yeah, I'd have to educate myself before I'd answer that question. Ever skied a slalom course? If so, rope length and boat speed? No, I have not. I would love to. I'd like to be behind a different boat first because our wake's so big. I literally jump the wake when I go over it. It's so hard to go so fast over it. And I don't really know what my rope length is. Yeah, man, I wish I could answer that question. I should look into that. He also asked, how many acres organic and what's the goal? Yeah, so at the current moment, this year we have another farm that's getting out of transition, will be certified organic. So this year we'll have 250 acres of organic corn. We might do some soybean. I'm not sure what we're all doing, but 250 acres of organic. And we currently have another 140 acres in transition. So we'll be at 390 here in the next couple of years. What's the end goal? Well, first of all, before we get an end goal, we got to make sure we can do it. Make sure it's feasible, and make sure that for the amount of work we're putting in it, we're actually making money. But if it works, we'd like to see 1,000, 1,200 acres. That'd be fantastic if we can make it work. Do y'all have any four-wheelers / dirt bikes? Toy four-wheelers, dirt bikes? No. Actually, we don't have any dirt bikes. I've always wanted a dirt bike, but I've never had a place to ride it. So we got a jet ski instead because we live on the lake. And I love the jet ski. It's so much fun because I can come home from work, I can be absolutely covered in dirt, be disgusting, I can throw on a swimsuit, I can go ride the jet ski for a half hour, come in, take a shower, eat supper, it's great. We do have a four-wheeler. It's not exactly a fun four-wheeler. It's a 97 Honda Foreman 400, 4x4, 100% of the time, semi-manual transmission. It's a workhorse. It's been pretty abused over its life, but it still runs fantastic. I haven't really used it in the past, ever since I sold my pickup in high school. So, because I used to carry it in the box of my pickup in high school, and I would use it for scouting and stuff. And then when I sold my pickup and bought my car, it didn't get used for like a year and a half, 2 years there. But now that I have a pickup again, I might start using it again. I don't know. We do have gators. They're all workhorses, the same thing. Rock picking. We have the one with the big wheels on it for pulling weeds, spraying fence lines, you name it. What would be your dream ideal farming setup? Wow, that is such a broad question. It's a good question, but it's broad and big, and I don't know how to answer it. I guess the ideal farming setup would be equipment that doesn't break down, farms that don't grow weeds, farms that don't flood, farms that don't dry out, good markets all the time, easy to operate grain handling setup, easy to clean, maintenance-free grain setup. That'd be fantastic. I could go on and on with this. And then if you could have any daily driver truck, what would it be? So here's the thing with me on vehicles, okay? I don't really care what kind of vehicle I have. I don't care if I have the newest pickup. Whatever I own, I just like it to be a nice example. And that's, if you guys have been following for a while, my pickup, I bought that because it's rust-free, been in rust-free state. The thing's gorgeous, it's been beautiful. Even though it's a 2013, it's not the newest body style, I don't really care. It's a nice example of a 2013 and I love it. Same with the Bonneville. The Bonneville is a 2002. I bought it out of Texas, so it's never seen salt. It's never been driven in the winter here in Minnesota. The same thing. It's not as nice as a pickup, but it's a nice example of a Bonneville. I love them. But obviously I like the old square bodies. They're pretty cool. But I also like airbags and good air conditioning and good radio and quiet. I kind of like that stuff. So I probably wouldn't get one of those. My favorite body style pickup, I've always been a GM guy. My favorite body style is the 2014 to 2018 GMC Sierras. I like those. If I had a choice to pick any pickup, I'd probably pick one of those. I gotta switch over to Instagram. 5th Gen Farmer asked, can 5th Gen Farmer have a shout out? Of course. Go follow 5th Gen Farmer on Instagram. And also while you're at it, someone else asked me for one. It was Penland Farms? Gosh, I tag them all the time. Penland Farms. I'll put them on here. Go follow those two people. Okay, so 5th Gen Farmer asked, between farming and snowmobiling, what would you choose? As a job, if I could professionally snowmobile or farm, professionally snowmobile. I love farming. Farming's great. I absolutely love playing with toys like this. When I was a kid, I had all my toy tractors, and this is basically a big version of that. But snowmobiling is so much fun. Mountain snowmobiling, it's there's so many comments to my snowmobiling videos like, why would you do this? You're stuck more than you're actually riding. It looks like so much work. And it is. It's a lot of work. But I enjoy the things that are challenging and challenge me physically and mentally. And when I succeed, I feel like I'm on top of the world. And that's something that snowmobiling provides me. So if I could professionally snowmobile, I would do that over farming. But I'm nowhere near good enough. And it only snows for a couple months out of the year. So farming it is. You know what? I'm very happy farming and snowmobiling once or twice in the winter. Oh, here he is, Penland Farms. Did you collect farm toys when you were younger? Oh, of course. Of course. Heck, I still buy farm toys. Who doesn't? Yeah, no, my brother and I, so my grandpa built us these sweet machinery sheds, like 1/64 scale machinery sheds. They were huge. Oh yeah, we had tons of toys. We still have them. They're down in the basement at my parents' house here. I guess still my house. I still live there. But yeah, and then heck, I still buy toys. I have them. I buy toys and put them on my desk at college all the time. Why are you so cute? It all started when I was born. If you could not run John Deere or Challenger, what equipment would you use? Yeah, so if I couldn't run John Deere or Challenger, okay, well first of all, if I couldn't run Challenger, I wouldn't be that sad. Our 865E that we had, biggest piece of junk we've ever had. I never really said anything when we had the tractor because it was on a lease. But now that it's gone, yeah, that thing was a piece of junk. I think we blew like 3 or 4 turbos, water pumps, EGR valves. The thing, literally, when it idled, it like sucked def down. Like you watch the gauge go like that, the def gauge. And we called Challenger, and they were like, "Yeah, just don't idle it." So literally, when we ran the tractor, we stopped to like fill up with def or do something. We would literally the tractor would just sit there and have it at like half throttle or full throttle, just sitting there because idling it sucks so much def. Yeah, so our 865B though, we haven't driven it yet, but it looks like a cool tractor. I think it'll be a good tractor. But if I couldn't run John Deere or Challenger, I would probably honestly go Fendt, which is ironic because it's basically a Challenger. Oh, I might go Versatile. Versatile tractors are pretty cool. The only problem with Versatile is that there's no dealership near us. So if we were to have problems, we would have to haul it on a semi, which would suck. So yeah, I'd probably go Fendt. Fendt has some pretty cool tractors. I've seen a few of their dual tractors in person. They're pretty. I like the green and red and gray, not gonna lie. Also, I do think they have a different engine than the Challenger. I might be wrong in that though. I don't know. Well done, keep going. Well, thank you. Where's your favorite place to ride snowmobile? So I've ridden 3 places. I've been to the Laramie Centennial area, I don't know, 4 or 5 times now. And my latest snowmobiling video, which you can watch, that's where I was. I've also been to Togety once, and that was the snowmobile video earlier this winter, kind of early January. That's where that one was. You can go watch that one too. They're both very good videos. And I've been to Buena Vista, Colorado. Buena Vista, I was like a junior in high school? No, I was a senior in high school. And I was a not good rider. And there's snow. Okay, first of all, steepest mountains ever, deepest snow, and their snow is like sugar. So with my very little experience, that was a very bad place to ride. I think now that I have a little bit more capable sled, and I've gotten a little bit better over the past few years, I think it'd be a really fun place to ride. I'd really like to go back there. That was really cool. Laramie's really cool too. It's not quite as technical as Togety or Buena Vista, which in some ways is great, but I think my favorite place to ride is Togety. Togety, it had it all. You'd be riding single track lines through the mountains where like, if you don't go through these trees on this side hill, you're either in the creek or you can't go uphill because it's super steep. And then you get to an open meadow and you just play. So Togedy was really fun. Togedy's probably my favorite spot, but I love any mountain snowmobiling. Just, it's all fantastic. What's the hardest thing about farming? Biggest challenge? It depends on who you're asking. You know, for a lot of people, it's the decision making, because there's so many decisions. There was a podcast lately, I forget who it was, but he said that there's a farmer had to make 200 decisions per season, major decisions. And I think that he was kind of slacking. I think there should be more than that. But I think making decisions and not stressing yourself out about did you make the right decision or not is huge. As far as like physical operating things, like things that you physically do, what's the biggest challenge? For us, it'd probably be weed control. There's so many weeds that are becoming resistant to the herbicides we spray, plus the government regulations on some herbicides that aren't allowing us to use them when we want to, or maybe potentially in the future not being able to use them at all. It's a problem, and especially if you're organic, because we can't spray anything. Weed control's a problem there. It's tough there. We're cultivating, 3-4 times a week, and if the cultivator's not working, you're walking. So that'd probably be the hardest challenges there. When you don't run your other combine in just organic corn, why don't you just run your other combine in the organic corn? That way you don't have to clean out the 780. Yeah, so we have a 780, an S780, and a 9870. The reason we don't use 9870 in the organic corn is because, well, first of all, we actually use the 9870 this year in conventional corn alongside of our S780. So we would have had to clean them both out. And also, we had already sold, or we had already agreed to sell the S780 to trade for another S780 the next year. And we wanted to get as many hours as we could on it, if that makes sense. So that's the reason we did that. What's your favorite tractor to drive? I already answered that one too, didn't I? Yeah. Man, you guys are good at asking duplicate questions. This is great. This is easy. I'm going to get back to that one later. I don't know how to answer that one yet. What's one thing you would want people to know about you that they probably don't? Wow. I don't really think there is much. I've been, as far as I can think right now, I've been 100% open with you guys about basically everything I do. The only thing that I guess you guys really don't know about me is that I also really like computers, like building computers, building gaming computers. I don't really game, but I like building gaming computers. I like building from other people and then selling them. But COVID flipped that whole market upside down, so I haven't done that in a year or so. What's something you'd like to try on the farm? Different crop, different tillage practice, but you haven't yet. Yeah, so I would love to try strip till. Our area, it's really hard to do no-till. It's nearly impossible because our growing season is so short and our ground takes so long to warm up that we're kind of usually the last ones to get in the field. And if we were to do no-till, it would take so long for soil to warm up, we wouldn't be planting at the optimal time. But I think that there's potential in strip till, being able to reduce the erosion, yet have the strips warm up faster than the rest of the farm, which is fine because that's where the corn would be growing. I think strip till would be pretty cool, but it's hard to get into because, first of all, it takes, if you were to do a 24-row strip till unit and apply fertilizer with it and other applications, you need like a 650 horsepower tractor. You need to be able to get, we're gonna let the neighbors figure it out before we do it. That question's already been answered. That question's already been answered. Okay. I'm gonna get to that question later. Let's go to Facebook. On your farm, when do you start planting and what month? One more question for you, Carson. When do you graduate and will you be able to work longer on the farm? if this is what you choose to do. Okay, I already answered the second part of that question. When do we start planning and what month? When the weather has been as weird as it has been lately, we have no idea. I think it was 2 years ago, we didn't start planting until like May 7th. I remember it was ridiculous. It was so late. But the date that my grandpa has always said April 20th is the date that you should start planting. Whenever we can get it to dry. If we can start planting early, mid-April, that's fantastic. So I guess that's kind of my answer for that. Is farming your first choice of career? And if you weren't a 6th gen farmer, what would you be doing career-wise? If you weren't a 6th gen farmer. Oh gosh, if I wasn't a farmer, I would probably be doing something in the IT field. As I kind of mentioned earlier, building computers and stuff. I absolutely love computers. I love technology, but I love incorporating that technology into agriculture. If I wasn't able to incorporate it into agriculture as a 6th gen farmer, I'd probably do something technology-wise, non-agriculturally. And yeah, okay. When was the farm started and who started it? Yeah, so we talked about this a little bit, and so my dad and I did a video where we sat down. It was like an hour long, and it was everywhere, okay? There was like no order of operations whatsoever in the video. But it was a family history video, and my great-great-great-grandpa came over from Germany to avoid some war they had over there in the 1800s. He came over, I think they drafted when they were 16, and he came over as a stowaway on a ship when he was 15 before his 16th birthday. He never told his parents where he went. Apparently, I probably still have family in Germany that have no idea where my great-great-great-grandpa went. Or, they probably think he died. But, yeah, see, he started it in mid-1800s probably. Yeah. So it's been around a while. Jarek, what's that white Mac got for ponies under the hood? Oh gosh, I have no idea, but it ain't much, I'll tell you that. Well, first of all, which white Mac? We have like 6 of them. And second of all, yeah, like not much. Okay. The question I don't know how to answer. What is the greatest lesson you have learned in your life? Wow. What's the greatest lesson I've learned in my life? I feel like I'm not qualified to answer this question because I'm only 19, almost 20. I feel like I haven't lived enough life to have learned enough lessons. On my way home last night, I thought of a better answer, so here it is. The greatest life lesson I've learned is that no matter how crappy situation or how bad situation, the situation will always be the same whether you're laughing or whether you're mad. So you might as well be happy, laugh about it because it's going to stay the same. And that is, from what I can see, the last question. So once again, thank you guys so much. This is absolutely incredible. I never believed that I would have 10,000 people following me on Facebook, YouTube. Wow. It's what time is it? It's 12:08 a.m. and I have to edit this yet and post it so you guys can watch it tomorrow. Actually, today. So once again, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to go to Instagram and win this. Enter to win it. No guarantees you're going to win it. Just enter to win it. Yeah. See you in the next one.